Paris, the city of love, has always been a place where secrets hide behind glittering lights and cobblestone streets. For centuries, it has been the backdrop of timeless romances, whispered confessions, and fleeting encounters that linger long after the night ends. But when the name Sam Heughan began to intertwine with Parisian whispers, the story took on a life of its own. Fans of the Outlander star, accustomed to his guarded private life, were suddenly left wide-eyed, wondering, was their beloved Jamie Fraser hiding a secret affair in the world's most romantic city? The rumors began innocently enough. Snapshots of Sam strolling along the Seine late at night, hood drawn over his head, sunglasses shielding his face even under dim street lamps. To most, it looked like just another actor enjoying his time off in Europe. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something unusual. He wasn't alone. A slender figure, her features concealed by a scarf and wide-brimmed hat, walked close beside him. They slipped into a tucked-away café, known not for tourists but for locals who treasured discretion. The whispers began there, carried from one fan forum to another, until "Sam in Paris" became a headline waiting to explode. Those who have followed Sam for years know his reputation for privacy. He rarely confirms or denies rumors about his love life, often deflecting questions with a charming laugh or a quick subject change. But this time felt different. The timing, the setting, the secrecy, it all felt too precise, too deliberate. Was it truly just a chance encounter, or was Paris serving as the stage for something far more intimate? Witness accounts soon surfaced. One claimed to have spotted Sam and the mystery woman at dusk, sharing a quiet moment on a bench near the Pont Neuf. Another swore they saw him leaving a theater in Montmartre, the woman's hand brushing against his as they disappeared into the shadows. Whether embellished or not, these stories added fuel to the fire, painting a picture of a romance carefully tucked away in the folds of Parisian nights. For fans, the reaction was immediate and intense. Social media buzzed with theories and emotional outbursts. Some felt betrayed, as though Sam's secretive demeanor had kept them at a distance for too long. Others defended him fiercely, insisting he deserved love and privacy after years of devoting himself to his craft and his fans. And then there were those who couldn't help but indulge in the fantasy. Sam, the eternal romantic hero, finally swept into a love story worthy of his on-screen persona. But beyond the debates and speculation, Paris itself seemed to intensify the drama. Every detail fit the narrative of a secret romance. The cafes tucked into narrow alleys, the candlelit bistros where couples whispered in hushed tones, the bridges where lovers carved initials into ancient stone. It all served as a perfect stage. Even the idea of Sam, walking through the Marais with a mystery companion, became a scene fans could almost imagine unfolding on film. And then came the first real spark of confirmation, a leaked photo. Blurry, grainy, but undeniable. Sam, unmistakable in his tall frame and distinct posture, was seated at a small outdoor table, a glass of red wine before him. Across the table sat a woman, her face obscured by shadows, but her body language telling a story of closeness, intimacy, and familiarity. They leaned toward one another, shoulders almost touching, as if sharing words meant for no one else. The image set the fandom ablaze. Suddenly, the whispers were no longer just whispers. They had weight, shape, and momentum. Sam's Paris romance trended overnight, fans dissecting every pixel of the photograph, comparing jewelry, handbags, and even hair color in an attempt to unmask the mysterious woman who had captured his attention. Theories multiplied at lightning speed. Was she a fellow actor? A longtime friend? Someone connected to his recent projects? Or was she completely unknown, a private figure who had somehow stolen the heart of one of television's most beloved leading men? The lack of answers only deepened the frenzy. For Sam, silence was his weapon. No denial, no confirmation. Just the quiet continuation of his life, leaving the public to fill the void with their own interpretations. Yet that silence was deafening, almost as though it hinted at something worth hiding, something worth protecting. By the end of the week, the narrative had shifted. This was no longer about a casual sighting or fleeting rumor. It had become the story of a secret Parisian romance, one that seemed poised to break wide open. And just when fans thought they had reached the peak of their curiosity, another revelation emerged, one that would raise the stakes, fracture the fandom, and leave everyone desperate to uncover the truth behind Sam Heughan's most guarded secret. The photograph had already set the internet ablaze, but what came next turned the whispers of Paris into a full-blown storm. Within hours, tabloids and entertainment outlets began splashing headlines across their front pages. Outlander star spotted in intimate Paris outing, and Sam Heughan's secret romance revealed? The media circus descended quickly, each outlet scrambling to piece together the identity of the mysterious woman. Some claimed she was an actress from one of Sam's recent projects, pointing to overlapping schedules and film festivals in Europe. Others insisted she was a local Parisian, unconnected to the industry but caught in the gravitational pull of celebrity romance. A few even speculated she was a longtime friend, someone from Sam's private circle who had finally stepped into the public eye. The truth remained hidden, but the frenzy only grew louder. On social media, fans erupted into heated debates. Entire threads were devoted to analyzing grainy screenshots and blurry clips, some magnified until pixels dissolved into guesses. "She looks like so-and-so," one fan insisted. "No, it's definitely not her. It's someone new," another replied. For some, the possibility of Sam finally finding love was cause for celebration. "If this is true, I'm happy for him," one fan posted. "He deserves it after years of keeping his life private." But others weren't so forgiving. "Why Paris? Why the secrecy? It feels like he's hiding something bigger," another wrote, echoing a sentiment of unease. The divide grew sharper as more evidence surfaced. A leaked video showed Sam exiting a theater with the same shadowy figure, their movements coordinated, their body language unmistakably close. Another fan claimed to have overheard the pair speaking softly in English at a riverside cafe, laughter punctuating their conversation. These fragments painted a tantalizing portrait of intimacy, but they also raised more questions than they answered. Who was she? And why Paris, of all places? Meanwhile, Sam remained silent. In interviews, he sidestepped personal questions with practiced ease, focusing instead on upcoming projects, charity work, and his dedication to fans. But to many, his silence felt strategic, even deliberate. Every smile, every deflection only deepened the mystery. Was he protecting someone he cared about, or simply maintaining the privacy he had always valued? Caitríona Balfe, his longtime co-star and friend, was inevitably pulled into the conversation. Though she made no public comment, fans speculated endlessly about what she knew. Did Caitríona support this romance? Was she one of the few trusted confidants who had already met the woman behind the whispers? The questions swirled endlessly, feeding the fandom's insatiable hunger for answers. And yet, beneath the noise, a quieter narrative began to emerge, one less about scandal and more about vulnerability. Paris, with its history of clandestine love stories, seemed to reflect something deeply human in Sam's life, the yearning for connection away from the spotlight. Some fans began to voice this perspective, urging others to respect his privacy. "Maybe this isn't a scandal," one commenter suggested. "Maybe it's just a man trying to hold on to something real in a world where everything he does is scrutinized." Still, the speculation refused to die. When a journalist pressed him directly about the Paris rumors during a promotional event, Sam's response only fueled the fire. He smiled faintly, paused longer than usual, and said, "Paris is a beautiful city. Some things are best kept between the people who were there." The room erupted with nervous laughter, but fans who watched the clip online replayed it obsessively. That pause, that carefully chosen phrasing, it was as close to confirmation as they had ever gotten. By then, the Paris romance had become more than just a rumor. It was a storyline in itself, one that fans wove into the larger mythos of Sam Heughan's life. Blogs speculated about wedding bells, while skeptics warned of heartbreak. YouTube creators dissected every movement, crafting long-form analyses that blurred the line between reality and imagination. The frenzy reached its peak when another photo surfaced, clearer this time. Sam and the woman, side by side, walking through a quiet Parisian street under the glow of street lamps. Her face, though partially obscured, was no longer hidden in shadow. The image captured something tender. The way his hand hovered protectively near hers, the way her head tilted slightly toward him. It was a picture that spoke of familiarity, of comfort, of something more than fleeting. And yet, even with this apparent proof, the truth remained just out of reach. Who she was, what their connection truly meant, and whether this was the beginning of something lasting or just a chapter in the actor's private life, all of it remained unanswered. As the dust settled, fans were left with a mix of emotions: joy, betrayal, curiosity, and confusion. Some clung to the hope that Sam's Parisian secret would one day be revealed in full. Others accepted the mystery as part of his enduring allure. But one thing was certain. The whispers of Paris had changed the conversation around Sam Heughan forever. And perhaps that was the most powerful revelation of all, that even in a world obsessed with exposure, some secrets remain intoxicating precisely because they are not fully explained.